All right, so today we're breaking down a championship wrestling match. But here's the thing, we're not just going to talk about moves and holds, no. We're looking at this thing like a story, you know? It's a real three-act drama about heart, strategy, and just survival. You've got this dominant champion facing a challenger who has everything to prove.
And right from the jump, the commentators pose this one question that honestly defines the entire match. Who wants it more? See, this wasn't really about who was stronger or who was faster. It was all about pure will. And that question, that's the emotional heart of the story we're about to watch unfold.
So let's meet our two main characters. On one side, you have the champion, Charlotte Flair. We're talking a 13-time champion who lives by the motto, pressure creates diamonds. She even calls herself the Opportunity. And then you've got her challenger, Naomi. She's a two-time champion, and her insane athleticism earned her the nickname The Glow. So right away, you see the setup, right? It's a classic clash, the calculated, dominant champion versus this super dynamic, high-flying challenger. So let's really set the stage here. The circumstances surrounding this particular match, they just raised the stakes through the roof. This wasn't your standard title defense. Oh no, this was a high-pressure, gotta-win fight for both of them. And there was so much more on the line than just a shiny belt. First, this was about personal redemption for Naomi. See, for months, this authority figure, Sonya Deville, had been sabotaging her at every turn. But tonight, Deville was banned from ringside. This was Naomi's first truly fair shot. And then, there was the future. The winner of this match goes on to face the global superstar Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania? I mean, talk about pressure. So, the stage is set, the bell rings, and bam! The underdog Naomi just explodes out of her corner. She's not waiting around, she's immediately proving she belongs by taking complete control.
And you gotta love this quote, because the commentary team just nailed it. They called Naomi one of the most athletic women in the history of WWE. See, Naomi wasn't just, feeling out the champion. She was using her incredible athleticism to totally overwhelm Flair from the start, and she was the one dictating the pace.
By literally knocking the champion out of the ring, Naomi sent a super clear message. She wasn't just here for some kind of moral victory. Not at all. She made everyone watching believe that an upset wasn't just possible, it was probable. You could physically see her confidence was rattling the champion.
But hey, a 13-time champion? They don't panic. They adapt. Charlotte Flair totally weathered that initial storm, and then she methodically started to impose her will on the match.
In this quote right here, this is where we see the key strategic shift. Flair realized, hey, I can't win a track meet with Naomi, so she decided to change the game completely. This is where the champion's ring IQ really starts to shine.
So what she's doing here is called pace control. Instead of trying to match Naomi's speed, Flair deliberately slows everything way down. She grounds her opponent, turning what was a sprint into this grueling, methodical fight. She's basically forcing Naomi to play her game on her terms. And here's how she did it. It wasn't just about slowing things down. It was about being incredibly methodical. Flair starts this vicious, targeted attack on Naomi's lower back, which you gotta remember is the engine for all her high-flying moves. So every single slam, every backbreaker, it was all designed to take away Naomi's greatest weapon, her ability to fly.
And this brings us to the real heart of the story. With both strategies now in play, the match just becomes this dramatic series of near falls. We're talking moments where you thought it was all over, only for the champion to survive by the absolute thinnest of margins.
So even with that relentless attack on her back, Naomi digs deep. She finds an opening, she climbs to the top rope, and connects with this massive blockbuster. And for one heart-stopping second, it looks like the comeback is complete. You're thinking, this has to be it.
Man, you can just hear the disbelief in the announcer's voice. That 2.5, that isn't just a count. That's the sound of an entire arena that thought they had just seen a new champion crowned. It's the peak of the emotional roller coaster, right there.
But it's not enough. At the very last possible millisecond, the champion's shoulders lift off the mat. The challenger's hopes are just crushed, but man, she knows just how close she came.
So, a little later in the match, Charlotte takes this huge risk with a moonsault, and she misses. Naomi instantly capitalizes with her signature move, the rear view. Now, this move has won her countless matches, so you're thinking, surely, this time, it has to be over. And this quote just captures the feeling perfectly. It wasn't just Naomi who thought she'd won, it was every single person in that building.
And that collective belief, well, it makes what happens next even more stunning.
And yet again, the champion survives. Just look at Naomi's face. It says everything. Pure disbelief that's turning into desperation. I mean, she's thrown her best shots, and the champion is still fighting. You gotta wonder, what more can she possibly do?
And then, this is it. This is Naomi's final ace in the hole. She hits her ultimate finishing move, the split-leg moonsault. She has thrown everything, her entire arsenal, at the champion. This has to be the end of the story, right?
The commentary team is just losing their minds, and you can't blame them. This is beyond strategy now. This is about pure, raw, unadulterated will. Charlotte Flair is simply refusing to lose her championship. But check this out. This time, victory is denied not by a kick-out, but by pure ring intelligence. Even though she is completely exhausted, Charlotte has the presence of mind to get her foot on the bottom rope, forcing the ref to break the count. It was her resourcefulness, not just her resilience, that saved her. Just incredible.
So, after surviving not one, not two, but 3 moments of what looked like certain defeat, the champion finally finds her opening. Just one chance to end this incredible battle. Let's break down exactly how she did it.
Okay, here's the final sequence. A desperate Naomi goes for that rear view one more time. But this time, Charlotte's ready for it. She scouted it perfectly. She ducks and delivers a brutal chop block to Naomi's knee. And that single counter? That's the whole ballgame. With Naomi grounded and injured, Charlotte hits her finisher, the natural selection, and boom, she finally gets the win.
So in the end, the champion retained her title. But the story doesn't really end there, does it? Charlotte Flair survived, yes, but she had to go through an absolute war to do it. And that leaves us with this one big, lingering question. After being pushed to her absolute limit by Naomi, how much does the Queen really have left in the tank for her next and maybe even greater challenge?